Happy hump day, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Let me turn my mic down again here just a hair. Hope everybody's having a great midweek. I think the temperature's supposed to be 101 today. That's not a cooling trend. So go out and take on the day. Let's see what's supposed to be. Oh, only 97. So and be careful out there if you're going up in the high country. Payson Prescott, between here and Flagstaff, we are in high fire season right now, and that can get very kind of dangerous because you have cars coming down the freeway, and if you have a chain on your truck or your car and you're pulling a trailer and it's bouncing along the pavement, those sparks can start a wildfire. And it's really dry up there, and it gets drier till we get to like the middle of June. Then hopefully by the end of June we start getting some rain up in the hills and gives us a break. So we'll hope that continues. I have some interesting news today. We're going to talk a little bit about where prices are going, where they've been, and we'll just kind of try and guess how long this is going to continue, because that's all we can do is guess. We can tell you definitively. When I say we, I mean the data that I get from the Cromford Report. We can tell you where we're going to be in 6 months. That's pretty easy. Beyond that, there's so many other variables in the housing market that anybody that tries to tell you where price is going to be next year is just simply guessing. But we can look and see where things are going next month. One of the things that, or in the next 6 months, that I found here that I thought was interesting news this morning, and that is when I put it up here, not that, click the wrong button again. Early stage delinquencies sink to an all-time low. According to MBA Vice President Marina Walsh, it was the largest quarterly decline in delinquencies in the history of the association's National Delinquency Survey. The survey's been out there since 1979. People are not behind on their mortgage, and this even counts forbearances, that when they look at the total survey of people that are behind on their mortgages, that number is very, very low. And that's good news. That bodes well for the future. Now, let's take a look at a couple things here. And then I have a viewer that asked me if I could do a little bit of a deep dive and show him what's going on in Laveen. So we're going to take a peek at that. I want to talk about the Cromford Report and where they started talking in September about where we might be headed over the next 6 months. And then we're going to go to where we actually are right now. So let's take a look at this. What they're saying here is, it says that it's showing the monthly appreciation chart. And it says it does mean that prices are now beginning the powerful surge upward that was predicted when the Cromford Market Index started to rocket skywards in June. The CMI is now at the highest level ever recorded, which indicates you probably ain't seen nothing yet. The CMI is a measure that the Cromford Index puts together. Here it is here, and it shows that in June it started going up. This is an indicator. It's a forward-looking indicator that says prices are going to increase. Inventory is starting to decline. Buyer traffic's picking up. Anything that's 100 is normal. And when they said that we were at a record, we were sitting here at about 340. This is in September, 6 months ago. We got up to 515 in March. So they were predicting huge price increases when we saw a market index of 340. And what was really predicting the price index was the velocity of the index on how it was going up. So where are we at today? Well, take a look at this. This is annual appreciation on a monthly average per square foot, price per square foot. We're clicking at about 35% and beyond right now. And so it says last year on September 5th, and we just took a look at it, we made the comment that as far as home price appreciation goes, you ain't seen nothing yet. Now we're really seeing something as we head over 35% and beyond. Anyone care to forecast the highest percentage we will see? What do you think? Where are we headed? Well, if we look at the Cromford Index right now, look at some of these cities. Avondale, 817. Goodyear, 543. So 6 months from now, this data is showing us that the prices are going to continue. And there isn't any relief in sight from what we can see. Now, The only thing that changes this, folks, is the number that we look at every day. And today we have 4,455 homes on the market. 7-day moving average shows that we had 4,143 come on the market over the last 7 days, of which 3,956 went under contract. That's 187 lower than what came on. So looks fancy on the chart. 187 home difference really isn't that big of a deal. When they look at these numbers at the Cromford report and they say that there's a slight decrease in demand, that's what it is. 187 units. We were rocking at about 4,200 homes going under contract every week. Now we're about 4,000. So it's not that big of a deal. It's not a trend yet either. I'm seeing it kind of change from week to week. We're not seeing the inventory number change that much. So I know and appreciate your patience when you get on the channel. And you can probably say, oh, I bet Rick's going to say there's 4,500 homes on the market. Yep. That's the only number that if it changes, it's going to change the direction of the real estate market. A lot of things can change it. Black swan events that we don't see coming, a spike in interest rates. I'm seeing a lot of pressure that perhaps interest rates are going to head up next year. Now, the Fed chairman seems to think that this, and this guy's a lot smarter than I am, that the inflation that we're seeing is kind of a temporary situation because of our supply side issues. But they're pumping a lot of money out there and buying a lot of mortgage-backed securities. Those in the know are getting kind of concerned and feeling like maybe they need to taper off next year. If they do, like we talked yesterday, the mortgages start to go up 4%, you're going to see some declines in buying activity. So how can you keep track of this? I want to share with you a resource, and I put it in the, not the comment section, but in the description of this video. And this is Realtor.com, and you can look up your city, folks. And it's pretty accurate. I like it. And, you don't have access to the Cromford report that I do, but let me go over some of these numbers. I'm telling you that we have 4,455 homes on the market right now live this morning, and they're saying 4,664. That's pretty close. They probably pulled that number last night. 1,600 homes for rent. So they've got some charts here that they're putting out for you, and three of them. One is median list price. Now, median list price just means of all the houses that are listed, here's the average list price. But if $1 million homes are being listed up in Scottsdale at a pretty good clip, and nobody's listing their homes in Apache Junction, then the median list price is going to go up. That doesn't mean that prices are increasing. It just says here's the average price of houses that are being listed. Price per square foot, median listing price per square foot, is also the same thing. That's just what the price is people listing. So you want to look at sold price per square foot. That tells you our appreciation. So you're going to start seeing different numbers. This is up 18, this is up 35. Price per square foot sold is telling you what our appreciation rate. 3-year market trends. I don't pay a lot of attention to median days on market simply because it measures from the time your house went under contract to the time it closes. Now, you might have listed it and you got an offer that day. That's 1 day on market. But the way that the MLS counts it is from the day it went under contract and the day it closed. Well, that's how long it takes financing or to close a cash deal. So the only thing that changes this number is if there's more cash transactions, because financing takes 30 days, maybe 20 if you're lucky. But if there's a lot of cash, then median days on market will start to drop. So you've got a median list price of $375. It's up 16%. Median closing price, this one's important, is up 17% year over year. Price per square foot's up 19%. That looks a little different from what you're seeing on the Cromford report over here that shows that we're clipping along at an annual appreciation rate of almost 36%. So there's a difference in there, but they're relatively close. They're comparing the yearly acceleration versus just, what do I want to say? Where are we at? May to May. So it's a challenge. Now, let's take a look at some of the other markets here. I got a comment from a viewer that said, hey, what's going on in Laveen? And for those of you that don't know where Laveen is, here's Phoenix, and it's down here kind of in the valley down by South Mountain. There's some pretty cool views down there. A lot of huge pieces of property. So if you've got horses, there's plenty of room down there. And it's pretty diverse. I mean, some of it's kind of really run down, and then other parts are pretty slick. I'll show you. So there's only 14 homes for sale down there right now. There is a pretty nice one here for $949. You can see the kind of views that they have. You know, they've got some beautiful city views. Obviously, they've zoomed in on that one, and you can see some pretty majestic views out the windows here. But that's what Laveen looks like. So that's not a zoomed in video right there. But then your lowest priced home here is $380,000. It's a new listing that came on this morning with beautiful cell phone pictures. Don't get me started. Here's another one for $410,000. Not a lot going on in the backyard on that one. So, but let's take a look at what I like to look at as well, and that is how many have sold in the past 30 days. So we have 14 listings, and so let's go back just 1 month. See what happened here. 66 homes have sold, it says here, in the last month. Looks like that's what it's given me. So there's 14 homes on the market now, but 66 have sold in 30 days. What's that tell you? Tells you there's a lot of velocity. There's a lot going on in Laveen right now. That story is repeated across the valley. Every parts of the city that you go to, you're going to see those kinds of numbers. You're going to see small numbers available at the moment, but a lot of them changing hands. There's a ton of activity out there. Still seeing a lot of brisk activity when I go and show homes. Seems like whenever I pull up, there's a car looking at the house, and when I leave, there's another one that shows up behind me, regardless of the price range. Weekends are insanely busy, and I expect it to remain so. So looking out to, if anybody tells you where prices are going to be in 2023, just kind of take it with a grain of salt, because nobody knows. Where are we going to be in 6 months from now? Considerably higher. Simply because rates are still low and inventory is still low. Buyer traffic is considered normal. Normal buyer traffic with low inventory means double-digit price increases. So we know that from now to the end of the year. Now, in the summer, we've seen some surveys that say in July, 43% of potential sellers are saying that they're going to put their home on the market because they feel more comfortable about the market now. But, we won't know until we see that. Let's hope so. That would be great. That would really help us out a lot. We're seeing that the forbearance numbers doesn't look like that's going to throw a lot of inventory on the market, especially when you see the delinquency rates are going down. People are exiting their forbearance plans, but going into a new type of loan structure. So that doesn't look like it's going to add inventory anytime soon. The rent moratorium is going to be up the end of next month, if not sooner. Hard to tell where that's going to land. So rather than try to guess where all that's going to be, we'll just continue to look at the numbers and say, ooh, inventory is going up. Let's do a deep dive and find out why. That's the only way we're going to know at that point. So we keep watching it, keep looking at it. And until then, everybody have a fabulous Wednesday. Take on the day.